Welcome to the Cage of Dreams, and I'm your host, Pro Wrestling's bad boy, Carnage. And with me is my co-host, partner in crime, Tony D. What's up, brother?
Carnage, what's happening, buddy?
Oh, man, I'm feeling good, man. I got my Frostburg shirt on.
I got one, too. We're twinsies.
I know, man.
Bobcats.
Bobcats. Anyway, I don't know if any of the fans know, but this is a Cage of Dreams where we have people that are either lived, about to live, or are living their dreams. And we have them on the show. They talk about it. And it's a good time. It's pretty much unscripted, and we just have fun with it.
And speaking of sports, we do try to keep the athletes on our roster.
That's right. We sure do.
Tonight is no different.
No different at all. We've had some of the big stars on here, and tonight is no exception. We got a mega superstar in the making.
Meteoric rising into the sport that he has chosen.
That's right.
I'm not going to give it away.
No, we can't give it away just yet. You got to keep tuning in. Because first and foremost, like every show, it's about the fans. So we have the fan question of the week.
Yes.
And that is, it's from Vixen in Timonium, Maryland.
Vixen.
And she writes, I never miss an episode because your show is awesome. Well, thank you for that. She says, I just wish it was on longer. Is it possible? Well, we understand that. We are on about 30 minutes, and we've been trying to get an hour show. We'd love to do an hour show, and hopefully maybe sometime down the road we could do that. We'd love to do a live show too, but
live show. Cage of Dreams, the motion picture.
That's pretty cool.
Right?
We'll
yeah,
have to get
camera
one of
just
our
follows
former
around.
guests.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Help us out with that one. But that's cool. That's also fans. We have new Cage of Dreams chairs.
Can you see these?
Can you see these? They're pretty awesome, ain't they?
Yes, indeed.
So I got one right here too. See?
All
Cage of
right.
Dreams.
And mine, the paint was still wet, so I'm not going to lean forward.
Yeah, he can't lean forward or else I'll have Cage of Dreams on the back of his coat, so we won't do that. But now it's the most important time of the show, staple, Cage of Dreams. Guest we have on the show, well, let's go ahead and announce that. He's a pro basketball player. He's going to blow up, man. I think he could be bigger than Michael Jordan, but that's just my own personal opinion. We have none other than Christian Boo+Jackson.
Christian Boo+Jackson is on Cage of Dreams tonight.
We are. I don't know much about basketball, but I do know that this guy scores almost 30 points a game.
If you don't know about basketball, he'll school you in basketball. He makes everybody feel that way. You see his stats? He gets out on the court. He makes everybody feel they don't know much about basketball. The game, Dad, I don't know what happened, but Boo played, and you know how.
That was it, man.
It's just how it is.
He owns it out there. But anyway, he's going to be on the show. But before we bring him on, we're going to do our top 5. And because with Boo, I'm sure one day he's going to have some memorabilia out there, something that's worth a lot of money, like basketball that he signed for me. We are going to do the top 5 worst collectibles out there that I think are really not worth anything.
These are the ones that if you walk into somebody's house and you see them on the shelf, you're
and kind of laugh at it. Yeah, like you actually paid for that.
Gotcha.
Okay. So here we are, top 5. And number 5, I'm going to go ahead and show it here. I got pictures this week.
Great.
And this one here is Tiger Woods. And the reason why I picked this is because if you look at it, it looks like he scored a putt, but his face is like, huh?
Looks like he is having gas pains, too, right in the middle of his celebration.
Yeah. So I don't know who made that, but I know that ain't worth anything. No. And number 4 is an RG3. Now, I love RG. He's my man.
Yes.
But if you notice here, the glove is not correct, and they just kind of messed it up. So they didn't do it right.
He wears that sleeve glove. Looks like if he was on a farm, like he'd be helping a cow give birth just to reach up. Never mind. But yeah, the glove is wrong.
Yeah, the glove is wrong. So anyway, so that one's really not. I don't know what they were thinking on that one. Number 3, we have Charles Barkley. Now, if you look at this, you can see that his arms are longer than his legs.
It's like Charles
I don't know who put that together. Yeah, I'm sure that's worth probably about 10 cents.
Sure, you're not going to find
Anyway, number 2, on some of the worst collectibles. This one here, I saw it and I'm like, really? It's a Dale Earnhardt hunting kit.
Really?
With the doll and everything. It's like, really? It's even got a deer in there.
Really?
Isn't he with racing? What's he with?
I don't know. Get that for under $1 though, obviously.
I'm sure, probably 99-cent store, right? And the number one worst collectible piece that I found on the internet, and again, it's a basketball piece, the Dennis Rodman bride doll. Is this terrible or what?
I don't know. Maybe not for a doll collector, but for a sports collector.
I mean, yeah, they could put it up there with their Barbies and all the Spice Girls dolls or something. I don't know. I don't know what anybody was thinking on that one.
How much do you think I should get for mine?
I don't know, probably as much as that paper's worth, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, that's our top five.
Top five.
And we're going to go to break. And when we come back, we have him, Christian Jackson. It's on Cage of Dreams. Come on back.
They call him Boo.
This is Alexis Devine, and you're watching Cage of Dreams with my man Carnage and Tony D.
Welcome back to the Cage of Dreams. I'm your host, Pro Wrestling Bad Boy Carnage, with my man Tony D. And we have the man, the myth, the legend is on the show. Christian Jackson, what's going on, man?
Friends call him Boo. Boo, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, I'm going to jump right off the bat, man. How'd you get the name? Where's the name Boo come from?
Oh, you want the long story or the short story?
Whatever you feel, man.
Well, my mom, the nickname came from my mom. She named me Boo Boo. It's actually Boo Boo.
Boo Boo.
But the older I got, friends, I guess they kind of, Boo Boo was a stretch, so they just cut it short to Boo.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool, man.
That's
Boo
where
it
I get
is.
from.
Boo it is.
Mom approved.
That's right. Now, I know you went to Frostburg State, so we got your shirts here.
Yes, we do.
Those shirts are
Supporting
better than
you.
the shirts they sell in the bookstore. I must admit, they're nice.
Yeah, it took me a lot of work to get these shirts, man, but trust me, they're worth it. Now, I
These are
know
the
you broke
professor shirts.
some records at Frostburg State when you were there. Tell us a little bit about some of the records you broke. One of them, I think, was over 27 years old, wasn't it?
Yes, it was the most points scored in a single season. It was a 27-year-old record, and the point total was originally 666 points.
What?
And I broke the record by 4 points. I scored 670.
Say, that sounds a little cursed. You don't want to hold that record.
Yeah.
One more foul shot.
Yeah, I actually broke the record on a foul shot, and I wouldn't forget. I was we were playing Mary Washington. It was a playoff game, and I knew I was close to the record, but I mean that free throw, it had to be. It was just so much pressure involved. Me just trying to make the free throw, not knowing if I would get another opportunity of shooting a free throw. So
Was it a home
I made
game?
it.
Did you do it at a home game?
it was an away game. The crowd, it was going crazy, and
Nice.
I made the shot. So
Excellent.
There's nothing like that, man. When you
congratulations,
just sink
man.
something
That's
like
great.
that and
Thank
break
you.
a record, it's pretty
I appreciate
incredible
it.
stuff.
Appreciate it.
Now, I know in 2011, you had an ankle injury.
Yes.
And then after that, you came back in the 2012-2013 season, and you were still racking almost 27 points a game. Tell us about that.
Well, I'm just blessed, to be honest. I suffered an ankle injury in August of 2011. I was playing in my hometown in a breast cancer game. It was about 7 seconds left in the game, and I was, getting ready to take the final shot, and I drove to the basket, and a guy kind of slid under me. And I don't remember exactly how it came down. All I know it was painful.
You rolled it?
I'm sure that's what happened. I rolled it, and
the worst.
it swelled up to a point where it unloosened my shoestrings.
That's what ruined my ball
it
career.
was bad, and it was the worst injury I had suffered up until that point, and I didn't know how I was going to bounce back. Being as though I didn't have at the time I didn't have really an outlet as far as rehabilitation goes. So I didn't know what the school was going to do for me, but I got to Frostburg, and they took care of me. I rehabbed for about 6 months, and everything went great, and I came back the 2012, 2013 season, and I had a great individual season.
Very nice.
That's pretty great. Usually with a lot of players, even any sport really, when you get an injury, something like that, something that you depend on, like an ankle or legs and stuff, it's kind of hard to come back.
Devastating. Yeah.
And it's just sometimes people just lay down, they just give up. But I'm proud of you, and
It takes a little mental
you're
toughness
blessed
to come
do
back
it,
to that, right?
It is.
It's the pain that gets very vivid. It's not something you forget.
Yeah, it does. It takes some mental toughness, but I have a great supporting cast. My mom, my brother, just all my family and friends. They're very loving and encouraging, and that always seems to get you over the hump. So I'm appreciative of them. having a strong support system is really what got me over the hump in any tough time that I've had in my life.
Yeah, that's pretty. Now I know recently you were in Vegas, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
There
in
was some
Las
kind of
Vegas.
tournament in Vegas.
Yes, I was playing in the Global
Yeah.
Basketball Summer League out there in Las Vegas, and it showcases some of the best talent, not only in the country but in the world. Guys play in the NBDL, guys that play professionally overseas, and guys coming right out of college to play high Division I basketball, and you have some guys that play low Division basketball. But yeah, it was a success. Me and my agent, we went out there July the 10th, and I had got out there. I actually missed orientation and the first day of practice and things like that. I had some flight issues, but I got out there, and right off the plane, man, I had a great game the first game, and I had 31 points. I shot like 81% from the field.
81%.
Yeah, so I didn't miss too many shots. I shot 13 for 16, and that kind of set the tone for the rest of the games while I was there, and it kind of helped me with my confidence and things like that. Just, it's easy to score 30 or 40 points when you're here. Guys know when you're at home. Guys know you playing in some leagues at home, but to go a place away from home where nobody knows you and you don't have your fans and your family cheering in the stands, and you have to perform. That's really what I needed to be away from home, to see if I can perform in the same manner as I do when I'm here.
Now, in your style, do you shoot a lot of threes, or you get airborne and like to get right up on the hoop?
I shoot the three ball pretty well. I've always shot a lot of threes, but they say they like to use the term, you get your grown man strength.
Yep.
So over the last couple of years, I've been to the hole. Actually, this year I led the country in free throws attempted and free throws made. So I was getting to the free throw line about 10 times a game. So I've added that part, to my game. And, if I figure if I can hit a 3 or 2 and then, get to driving to the hole, then that kind of keeps the defender off balance a little. So it's best to be well-rounded as you can as an offensive player, especially at the professional level.
Well, you're a tall guy, obviously. I'm a tall guy, too. I play a little ball. What's your vertical? Getting up to the hoop?
My vertical sucks. I think about the last time I measured my vertical, it was like 33, 35 inches, which, you got guys with 45 and 50-inch vertical. So.
Well, you got me there. I mean, I got you in the horizontal. But I think you got me on the vertical, too.
Yeah. I'm a decent dunker.
Now I'm sure you're going to be very successful. I wish you nothing but the best.
I appreciate it.
And maybe sometime down the road you might have your own tennis shoe. So what would you name it?
The Boo+Jackson. I mean, that's a name that people seem to call me a lot often. Now it's kind of almost like a brand now.
Right.
And I talk to my management all the time, and I was originally supposed to go to Shanghai. And Dwayne Wade, he has a shoe over there, something my manager was going to try to work out, something where I can get like under the brand of shoe that he's with or something like that. So I was thinking like, if I really get a shoe, like I'm gonna call it the Boo+Jackson and things like that.
I can see the commercial now. Did you bring your shoes? No. I brought my booze.
There you go.
Our booze wouldn't work too well, would it?
Boo. I don't know. It's kind of hard. It's kind of walking a line there with the booze, and so it's kind of. Just remember now, size 14, and whatever size he wears, make sure you kind of hook us up with some booze, man.
I got you.
All right.
Yep.
Got you.
Just
I
like
know
yours, right?
we can talk about it now because it's almost official, I think.
Right.
But you're going to be going to Brazil.
Brazil, yes.
Talk about going away from home.
Wow.
Right.
Let's talk about that.
Never been that far away from home. I've had a pleasure. I had a pleasure of going to 4 universities in 3 states. I think that's going to help me with being away from home, just being as though it's, having to go to your schools, you're away from home for 9 months. And you get those holidays to come home, but you're still away from home, and just being able to have to adapt, like going to school in New York and going to school in Kansas and having to adapt to the New York way of living, and then going way out Kansas and having to adjust to that.
There's not that many differences, except they speak Portuguese, and
Right.
the winter is the summer. And
Exactly.
other than everything being the opposite, you should be fine.
Yeah, it's still going to be a tough transition, but I guess that, like I said, just having to go from school to school would kind of help me as far as with the placement and adapting to a new living environment. So I don't think I'm gonna have too many problems, but you know, I'm definitely kind of anxious about the whole thing.
Now, you said you were in Kansas and New York. Now, I know it was Bronx, which is my home. That's where I was born, was the Bronx.
Yeah.
So tell me what the difference playing out between Kansas and New York. I'm sure the the way the guys and everything plays out there is like night and day almost.
Yeah, playing in New York City is fast-paced basketball. It's flashy basketball. You know, I played with some great guards that come out of New York City, and I played with some great big men that come out of New York City. Playing in Kansas is more of a fundamental game. It is more of a big man-oriented style of play. Feed the post, feed the post, feed the post, which doesn't benefit guards. It could benefit guards, but it doesn't benefit guards often, you know, feeding the post, because sometimes we like to refer to post players as the black hole, because you don't never get the kick out, they never kick the ball back out. But I played with some great post players and things like that. And just Kansas basketball is very fundamentally sound, but it helps you become a student of the game. So I enjoyed it.
Well, that's cool, man. Well, we got about a minute left. We're going to go let Tony do his, it's usually rapid fire, but I think he's got something else going on this time.
The true or false showdown. Boo, I'm going to ask you some true or false questions. I'm going to ask Carnage some. These are about basketball, generally. And I'm going to keep a score, and the winner will win the true or false showdown. So, Boo, I'll start with you. The official mascot of Frostburg State is the Bobcat.
True.
That is true. That's correct. Frostburg is located on the shores of Rocky Gap State Park.
False.
That is false. That's good. You're doing good. At the end of the game, if the ball is thrown before the buzzer and lands in the basket after the buzzer, the points do not count.
False.
That is false. Thought I could trick you. You can pick up more girls when you play forward than when you play guard, because most women like it when guys are forward.
False.
That is false. The Bowie Bulldogs have always schooled the Suitland Rams all throughout their dominant history in basketball.
That is definitely false.
That is false. Okay, Carnage, I've got
Okay, well, before we do me, let's take a break real quick. Let's let the fans come back on this.
It's 5 out. He's 5 for 5.
I know, 5 for 5, man. I got to come back. We're going to go to a break. We're going to come back more with Boo+Jackson. And the rest of this questioning for me, hopefully I can come back on him. Come on back, Cage of Dreams.
Hi, I'm Bambi. I'm Mama. And I'm Temptation. And we're the LTW Divas. And you're watching Cage+of+Dreams with Tony D.
Welcome back to the Cage of Dreams. I'm your host, Pro Wrestling's Bad Boy Carnage. With us, Christian Boo+Jackson. Soon-to-be NBA superstar. That's my opinion. And I know he's going to be successful, but we have him on the show. And before we went to break, we had Tony's segment where he asked Boo some questions. He was 5 for 5. And now it's going to be my turn. Hopefully I can come back or at least tie it up. So
Carnage,
go ahead,
Tony.
Tony.
Score you here on the true or false showdown. Here are your questions. Bo-Jackson doesn't know diddly, but Boo+Jackson does.
True.
That is true. A three-point shot in basketball is more important than a 3 count in wrestling.
No.
No, I got
False.
it. I have that as true, so I'm going to mark you wrong, sir. The first public basketball game was played in Springfield, Massachusetts on March 11th, 1892, thus giving rise to the term March Madness.
I'm going to say true.
You got that right. I
Wow,
Wikipedia.
lucky guess.
In basketball, you are allowed 5 tackles per game.
No, that's false.
Well, that's true. They call them fouls. And You
Really?
can foul out after 5. You get penalized for traveling if you show up late for a game anywhere that's an away game.
I don't know. I think, I think true. Yeah.
That is false. So I'm going to have to
What?
mark you on that. Carnage,
on,
you got
man.
2. Boo, you got 5. You are our true or false Cage of Dreams Showdown
Oh,
champion.
man. Congratulations. Oh, my goodness. I think on one of our other shows, I think I got hoodwinked on that one, too. I think I'm getting set up. That's what I
You
think.
got to do your homework, Carnage. That's all I can recommend to you.
What's that?
You have to do your homework.
I know. I told at the beginning I don't know much about basketball, man. You're asking me basketball. Say he's setting me up. I'm telling you. I'm being set up. But that's okay. Because he's going to be a champ one day. I'm already a champ, so that's okay. We're both successful at what we're doing, and that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
That's it, man. Now let's talk a little bit about outside of basketball. Is there anything you're doing out in the community or anything like that you got going on?
Yes, in 2010, I teamed up with a guy, Dennis Rado. It's like a big brother of mine, and we formed Cage+of+Jackson Skills Camp, which over the last 2 summers I wasn't able to do because of school and some other things that I was doing, but I'm going to pick it back up next summer when I come home. Currently, I'm doing my internship at Patrick Henry Recreation Center in Alexandria, Virginia, and I enjoy working with kids. I enjoy working with inner city youth, and I enjoy working with youth in the special populations community, or any individual that's in the special populations community. Which, when I went to school in Kansas, I did some community service at Headlinger, and they service people with conditions like spina bifida and things like that. So for me to be able to go in and create activities for them and provide a service like that, that's very important to me. Just making a difference all the way around.
That's pretty cool, man. It's always good to give back. A lot of players that we have on the show and just people in general that we have on the show, that's one of the things that they always talk about is some of the community service that they do, and it's a great thing.
It says a lot about our guests, because most of them do give back to the community.
Yeah, I think probably much majority of people we have on here, and that's part of the thing. You got to give back, because people out there, they're the ones that are helping you get to where you're at. They're the ones buying the tickets, the merchandise, and and all of this other stuff. And so, it's always great to give back, man. It's a positive thing, and I admire you for that. I do have one question. You think you could spin this on your finger for me? I see it all the time, man. I know I can't do it.
You putting me on the spot here. I'm going to try.
Put him on the spot.
I'm going to try.
Yeah, I'm going to put you right on the spot, man.
See, I got long fingernails.
You need a countdown in 3.
Oh, there we go. All right.
Let me see this ball. This is a trick ball. Carnage, I don't know.
Trick ball.
What you gotta do.
It's Carnage's ball. Now, when you were about 10 years old is when you decided, I think, that you wanted to be a basketball player. Right. Tell us about, was it somebody that you saw on TV, or who inspired you to continue that at 10 years old?
I guess as any child watching Michael Jordan growing up, you wanted to be like Mike. So just watching Michael Jordan, watching how he changed the game, I fell in love with basketball. Growing up in Alexandria, playing at Corey Kelly Recreation Center with a lot of good basketball players when I was growing up, it was a lot of pressure to learn the game, and I had to learn fast. Nobody during my younger years really sat me down and taught me how to play the game. So, I went. It was a grueling process, like just coming into a position where I was taller and bigger than everybody. Everybody kind of expect me to be good.
Right, I get
right
that
away.
too. I get that. I get, how's the weather up there?
But it was it was a struggle. It was a struggle, and I challenged myself all the time to get better individually on the court. And one day I looked up and I was shooting shots and from far, and I was dribbling the ball through my legs. And as the years went on, and people start to tell you, how good you are, and then people start to show interest in you, and you play the YBOA and the AAU and things like that. It all builds your confidence, and it helped me, with becoming the basketball player that I am today.
Well, that's cool, man. Like I said, I admire everything that you're doing. I wish you were about out of time, so I'm going to go ahead and wish you the best of luck.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks
it was great meeting you,
Thanks
man.
for having me. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Boo. Good luck in
Good luck in Brazil, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you on the Wheaties box and
hopefully
wearing your tennis shoes, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I want to thank Christian Jackson, Boo as we call him, because he's our friend now, for coming on the show. As always, I like to go ahead and end it by saying, don't just live your life, live your dream. Thanks for watching Cage of Dreams.